Yeah, I mean, since the referendum, the NFU's been working quite hard on a series of sort of a policy document that we've been working on, and the idea is to discuss that with our members. I think we've got 49 meetings around the country over the next few weeks, and the aim is to get to consult with members. We need their views on ideas around trade, ideas around labour, around the environment and domestic agricultural policy, and we want to ultimately develop a policy that we can use and lobby government for our asks with government to enable, you know, a future dynamic and productive and prosperous agricultural sector going forward. The overall consensus is that members want the best possible trading environment for the top quality goods and agricultural produce that we produce in this country. There's also concerns about labour and labour availability, especially given the concerns that were made over the referendum regarding immigration. And I certainly think that there's a concern within the membership that we need a policy where labour availability is right up there, that we can have the labour, the means of production in order to produce the goods that farming does. We need to be up there to put agriculture right at as far as up at that top of the agenda as possible. You know, we recognise that, you know, there are other important sectors to the UK economy, so for example banking or insurance, and we need to be sure that agriculture is right there with that negotiation, that agriculture is not sidelined as part of a wider a wider trade deal, for example. Clearly we need to be sure that the resource is there within government, that the views and the opinion of our members are put forward to them, and that is taken on board by government in order to lobby for the best deal for UK agriculture. Well, we've got our policy document. We will have had 50 or so member meetings over the country over the next few weeks. We will be assimilating and analysing that information to put forward our policy, which will be taken to our policy board, our internal policy board, which is made up of NFU members and commodity board members. And ultimately we'll be putting forward our policy, which we'll take forward to NFU Council. And once that's agreed, I believe it's on the 10th of October, once that's agreed, then hopefully that will form the framework that we really want to push forward with government and to lobby to really represent our industry and our sector to get the best possible deal in what is going to be a very complex and protracted potentially set of negotiations, and we really want to ensure that agriculture is right up there and it gets the voice that it deserves.
The only lobbying organisation to meet, Andrea led some before parliamentary recess. We wanted to make sure that we had a joined up position demanding clarity on payments up to 2020, which is where Philip Hammond announced that funding of Pillar 1 payments will continue in their current form until 2020 as an absolute cut-off.
I think the main thing that seems to be coming back from farmers in general, whether it's at meetings like this or just at the market or anything like that, is that we must have some strong negotiators in place. There is a fear that we don't have that, and as from agriculture, we are very important in our own eyes. We're very important, and we are custodians of the countryside, which is a very visual thing. Yet we don't seem to have a lot of power within government. There's a lot of other things in front of us first, such as the NHS, transport, etc. So I think the main thing is that we must have negotiators at that table, you know, banging the drum for agriculture. I think just support, that the government must support the industry in whatever way that form takes, and it's not straightforward, but they've just got to get behind the industry. They've got to get behind the custodians of the countryside. I struggle. Sometimes I have right, okay, let's get on with it, instigate the Article 50, crack on with it, let's move forward, let's stop sitting on our hands, if you like. For us, it's going to mean big changes, and we as a farming family and business are going to have to adapt to those changes. I'm struggling for positives, but hey, you've got to take a step back and just think, right, what's done is done, move on. And we will come through it, we will come out the other side, because it's what we do. By British, just support. And when you go to the supermarket or you go to your local butcher, ask where it's come from, ask its origin, be interested, you know, just find out more. and absorb more of what's going on. Watch the farming programmes on TV; they're very informative. And when you see that Union Jack, buy it. Support us a bit more.